If you're going to guest on other people's podcasts and showcase your expertise and turn it into a client attraction magnet, then it would probably be helpful if you knew how to improve your return on investment of time, money, and energy, right? Hey, it's Melanie here. And I've been working with people to help them monetize their effort of being a guest expert. And obviously, one of my favorite ways to do that is other people's podcasts. But just because you can be a guest expert doesn't mean you're going to know how to get the best return on investment. I had a client a few years back who was doing all the right things, but was not getting the results she wanted. She wanted to give up on the podcast guesting thing. And I said, wait, before you do that, let's really look at how do we tweak and refine this. And we discovered that she was making some of the common mistakes that keep people from getting a return on investment. And one of the big ones was she was on the wrong podcast. Like, she wasn't in front of her audience. So it's very hard to boost your profits and get potential clients and build your list if you're not on the right podcast. So today, the tip I want to highlight is part of our 5-day guest expert system summer batch already, using some of the tools and techniques that I teach here. I want to give you an insight around improving your return on investment. So even though 95% of podcasts are free for you to be a guest on, you're still using your time. It's still, an investment into a marketing strategy. And if you're going to be using a podcast booking service, which we're going to talk about tomorrow, then you're going to find that getting a better return on investment should be at the top of your list. So I have all kinds of reasons why being a guest expert on other people's podcasts is a great strategy. I've been covering a lot of them here, but obviously it's a super fast way to get you in front of new audiences, and not just any old audience, but audiences where your ideal buyers are. Because if you're doing the selection process the way I teach in Guest Expert System, you're picking hot shows that are authority positioned in your audience. Okay. Second, you need to know how to do a right call to action, because when you do that, you're going to be creating a steady stream of new subscribers and leads. And this is a great way to build your list. So even if you're not feeling like it's time to attract clients, or maybe you have some other goals in mind right now, which I think pretty much all of us want to attract clients at all times, but let's just say that's not relevant in this moment. This is a great way to build up your list and nurture those leads to become clients when you're ready. And then third, if you have learned to position your talk and you really understand the magnetic component of your messaging and your topic and all that, you will attract hot clients that are ready to invest now. So let me unpack one of the steps that I teach in Guest Expert System, because there's one thing that's going to set you apart from the thousands of other experts who are guesting, who are landing the spots, and they maybe even be your competitors or people who do something similar enough that the community at large maybe gets a little confused, like, who should I use? Like, who's the expert in this? And this little technique I stumbled onto when I realized that when I did this, people who I knew were actually raising their hand and saying, oh my gosh, I loved what you talked about. I think I need to work with you. So this is a way to leverage your guest appearances to activate your own dormant leads and followers and inspire them to become your clients or to buy your programs or get back on your list and pay attention again, right? So this is part of my how to leverage your guest appearance module, which is module 5. And I think this is really an kind of an overstepped and underthought of technique. And that is, when you are a guest expert, share it. I am blown away how many people do not only don't share it over and over again, which I highly recommend, especially the really good ones. They don't share it at all. And it's really a missed opportunity, because it's a lot like the exposure you get on a TV show or on the news or in a high profile media outlet like the Wall Street Journal or American Express. Like if you were featured somewhere where, there's a lot of credibility and status associated with that media outlet, you would be sharing it like crazy. It's the same thing with a good podcast. Like Amplify Your Success is in the top 1.5% of all the podcasts worldwide. I'm super honored that we got there. It's because of you. Our listeners really love the show, and they listen to it regularly, and that creates those great algorithms and boosts the rankings. Well, when you're in a show like that, guess what? You're getting in front of a lot of people, not just the listeners, but everyone who sees the marketing of the show. So much potential. Now, let's double down on that. Actually, let's 10x it. And when you put it in front of your own audience, not only are you multiplying the reach of that exposure, but you're also reconnecting with your audience in a way they may not have heard you before. And you're borrowing the influence of the host to your own audience. So it's very powerful. It's often underutilized and untapped opportunity that will give you an edge over a lot of other people who maybe share your same audience, but aren't doing these things. Okay. So little things like this have huge impact and power. So I'd love to hear if you're doing this already, or if this was a new aha moment. I've given this talk a few times to big name marketing experts, their communities, their masterminds, and even these huge speakers and mega well-known people were like, oh my gosh, Melanie, that was brilliant. And I don't do that. I'm going to do it now. Now, there's one other thing that I think is worth looking at. You're going to get a little bonus tip today. It's kind of a part 2. And that is, when you are a guest on someone else's show, I want you to think about what mindset you're going into this with, because here's another untapped opportunity. A lot of people go in with this idea that it's a one and done conversation, and they're literally leaving thousands of dollars behind. Because they're not tuning into developing a relationship with the host. Part of the gold is what happens in the green room. That's that time that you talk to somebody before or after the interview is recorded or goes live, whichever one you're doing. And this could become a gold mine of leads for life. That's priceless. So when you know how to tap into it, and this is the other part of what I teach in Guest Expert System, is how to really leverage those relationships in a better way. Now, not all of them are going to bite. They're not all going to be great fits this way. But let me tell you, because very few people do this, you are going to have like a front row seat to a great opportunity. So this can be a great way to take unknown people who serve your target audience and turn on the collaborative currency that's already there, but maybe no one's explored it yet. Okay. So this happens on both sides of the mic. And yes, I want to inspire you to do Guest Expert System. I would love to work with you to help you take your message and amplify it in the world in a way that makes it super magnetic, and you're going to gain the benefit of being seen on stages and podcasts and virtual shows. But if you have your own show, you can also flip this and make it your own. So here's the deal. Every day this week, I've been focusing on one of the resources that are part of the bundle in Guest Expert System, our big summer blowout bash that I'm having. If you've been on the fence about Guest Expert System and you're like, okay, it's time, today, the bonus that expires is the Guest Management Toolkit. Now, here's why this is super hot for you. First of all, if you have a show of any kind, or you're thinking of starting a show of any kind, how you manage the guest experience can make or break the quality of the results you get with your guests. Okay, I fine-tuned it. We get great results with guests who come on my show, all the way from who do you pick to how do you interview them to how do you get them to actually share the show afterwards. There's a science and an art to it. And I've captured it all in my Guest Expert System. And I would love to share it with you today. The entire system is $19.97 plus the Guest Expert System. This includes the $1,000 off. But tomorrow, Friday, August 26th, the special price goes away, and so do all the bonuses. So if you want to jump on and work with me in Guest Expert System, guestexpertsystem.com, and make sure that you sign up before Friday. I don't want you to feel disappointed when you're like, oh, I meant to do it and you forgot, and now it's back to $29.97. So $19.97, there is a payment plan. And this is a really powerful opportunity to fine tune that perfect talk, that ideal magnetic message that will help you shine and get your pitch accepted by podcasters that you want to partner up with. All right. So again, remember, guest management system goes away today. And then tomorrow, the whole shebang is over and we go back to $29.97. So today or tomorrow is the day to grab it. Okay. So today's tip has been focus on your ROI. How do I get even more impact, more exposure, more reach, more clients, more maximum relationship out of my effort to be a guest expert on other people's podcasts and platforms? I'd love to hear if anything else pops for you. Let's get your magnetic message out there and make sure you're attracting more of your best clients. Okay, bye for now.